Many of you might not realize that one of the largest tractor companies in the world has the largest manufacturing plant in North America right here in Georgia. It's Kubota Manufacturing of America Corporation. I decided to check out the two plants, and what I found surprised even me. Now, this is part one of a two-part series on Kubota, and we begin with their Gainesville facility. Kubota Manufacturing of America is headquartered in Gainesville. KMA President John Shirishi oversees its two manufacturing plants, which encompasses 700,000 square feet and employs about 1,600 people. Building 1 is where they produce front-end implements for larger tractors, everything from loaders and backhoes to roll bars for tractors. Now, it all starts with the raw materials. The largest machine operation they do internally is laser cutting,
which is where we take basically sheets of steel and cut them into a variety of parts which are used in several different assemblies, which are eventually assembled into loaders and backhoes.
Amazingly, they put the information into the computer as to what parts are needed, and then the lasers do the rest. From the machine shop, they go to the welding area, where really only about 20% is actually done by hand.
Majority of the welding is done with robots, which does over 70% of the welding. Then there's a small portion that we also have to finish after the robot to access areas that the robot cannot reach.
Next, the parts are put through a shop blast machine, which etches the part, then onto a washing system, and finally, each individual part goes through an electrostatic wet paint system. It's baked, and then the parts are delivered to the assembly area. There's one main assembly line where all front-end loaders are assembled. This is where cylinders and the final touches are put on for shipping. There are also two smaller assembly cell areas where backhoes and loaders are attached to VX23 tractors and prepared for shipping.
As far as our Building 1 products, we produce up to 300 loaders a day.
Now that's Building 1, but it's in Building 2 that you really begin to see the Japanese and American cultures come together with state-of-the-art technology procedures. Here, the machining operations are basically the same as in Building 1 in that parts are made specifically for the product that they're going to build. But after that, everything changes, beginning with the welding, which is predominantly driven by robots. They're everywhere, each with a specific task that's been designated by Kubota's assembly line schedule. Each part is made according to specification.
After that, we then have a state-of-the-art powder coat paint system, which parts are delivered through a 9-station zinc phosphate washing system. The parts then delivered to a powder coat system, which is where actually a powdered paint is applied to the parts, which is baked on.
From the paint shop, the parts are delivered to one of 3 assembly lines. The first is the tractor and subcompact tractor line, where they develop everything from a lawn tractor up to a 22 horsepower subcontract tractor.
We also have an assembly line just for producing mower decks, both that go on our lawn tractors and also separate decks that go on belly mount tractors.
And the third line is a utility vehicle assembly, which is fast becoming Kubota's most popular product.
Especially in our Building 2 operation, it's very sophisticated manufacturing in the sense that we're producing up to 9 different models of product back to back on a single assembly line. And one of the big challenges that comes with this is getting the parts to the line in the proper sequence for manufacturing.
Now, how do they do it? Well, there's an outside company whose sole job is to receive products that come to the plant from Japan and the U.S. They sequence it based on Kubota's assembly line schedule and then deliver the parts on a 30-minute interval to the assembly line. So this allows Kubota not to have to store a lot of inventory on the line.
And also, as far as our internal parts, getting those picked and delivered to the line in sequence, we use a picking system in which a computer dictates a series of lights to light up based on the model that's being produced.
So the employee sees the lights flashing and pulls the part from under the light and just puts them in bins. On automated guided vehicles, or AGVs, they transport them to the line. This saves time and keeps parts at the actual point of use, so no running around is necessary. As the product goes down the line, everything is in place for assembly. Projections are that they will produce close to $500 million of product this year.
Usually we average around 230, 240 tractors a day, mower decks 300 a day, and utility vehicles over 100 a day.
100% of all utility vehicles, all the tractors, all the lawn tractors, they're tested before leaving the plant. They go through a rigorous inspection to be sure that the quality will be there when the customer needs it. Then, the product is prepared for shipping, and off they go. 12% will be exported to Canada and to Europe, while the other 88% will stay here in the good old US of A. Last year, KMA was chosen as Large Manufacturing Company of the Year by the state of Georgia. Quite an honor. Now, next week, we're going to take you to Kubota Oakwood facility, where final assembly is done on larger horsepower tractors. I'm looking forward to it.